Hi everyone, welcome to Glow with Grace. So I wanted to do a little video update on Oria today. She just turned 15 months a few days back, and yeah, it just feels like there's quite a few changes that have happened, and it might be fun to share where she's at the moment. So one of the things about Oria currently is she is obsessed with shoes, which I find really interesting because I have no interest in shoes whatsoever. I own literally like 3 pairs of shoes probably, and they're like totally just practical, and I'm not one of those women who is like obsessed with shoes and spends like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars or pounds or whatever on shoes. That's just not who I am. But she is obsessed with shoes. My shoes, her dad's shoes, your shoes, her shoes, anyone's shoes, just shoes. She's obsessed with them, and she just wants to touch them and carry them around and make people take them off and make people put them on, and it's just really interesting. Like, real focus in her life is shoes. She's also very fascinated by her own clothing. She always wants to choose her own clothes at this point, which I think is really cool. I'm really happy about that. She is very clear if she doesn't want to wear something. She's learned pretty recently actually to use the word no. She started to understand what that means and how to use it, and that's one of the ways that she'll use it. You know, if someone's trying to put some clothes on her that she doesn't want, and she no. And she likes to choose her own things, and sometimes it's pretty funny, you know, like this morning she had me put 2 pairs of trousers on her and 1 top, and sometimes it's the other way around. It's really sweet. She really likes being involved with her clothing. One of her absolute favourite things at this point is opening the cupboard doors to where her clothing is and just pulling it all out all over the floor, and there's just like ridiculous wreck piles. She's really happy doing that, and I pinned some of her really tiny baby clothes on the wall, and she always wants to pull them off. So she's really interested in clothes and shoes for some reason. I was going to mention a bit about EC at this point, Elimination Communication, Diaper-Free. Most of you probably know that that's what we've been doing with Oria since birth. She's never worn any nappies, diapers. So the stage that we're at now, it's been pretty consistent for the last few months. She is at this stage where she does not want to use a toilet or any kind of like standard receptacle to go to the loo. She only wants to go to the toilet on the floor all the time. It has to be on the floor, pretty much. Sometimes, you know, she'll go in a sink or something, but yeah, it's pretty much always the floor. And it's really, really sweet though, I think, when she's become like very responsible about her poo and not touching it. That's been happening for quite a few months as well. So for poo, we say kuka, which is an Icelandic word, and that's one of the things that she says now as well. And it's really sweet. She doesn't say the K, she says ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah. And if I'm for some reason not near her and I can't see her and she's pooed, well, anyway, she just starts saying ooh ah as soon as she poos or when she's gonna poo, and so I know that that's what's happening. And sometimes she'll come to me with toilet paper to like clean it up, or with like little like cloths of hers and stuff, and very, 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 very rarely she'll touch it, you know, and then obviously we clean our hands and everything, but it's almost never. She's like really, really responsible, and I think it's so sweet, you know. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. She just really understands the whole thing. She knows what's happening. She's like very in touch with her body and her bowel movements. So yeah, and in terms of peeing, because I pretty much know her timing with peeing, I just take, if she has trousers on, I just take her trousers off when I think she's around the time to pee and she wants to pee on the floor, and then we mop it up, and she often wants to like get the cloths and stuff to mop it up, and then we just put her trousers back on. And if she's wearing a skirt or a dress, it's usually pretty easy, and don't even need to do anything. She can just pee like that. Sleeping patterns, she has always been in line with the sun. We live pretty much at the equator, so as I mentioned in another recent video, it's pretty much always the same sunrise and sunset here. So she lately typically goes to sleep around 7 p.m. at night, and she gets up around 6 a.m. So it's right kind of when the sun goes down and when the sun comes up. And at the moment, she probably wakes up between 1 to 3 times, usually during the night, to nurse. Sometimes it's literally nothing. She doesn't wake up at all, but that's kind of rare. And sometimes it's a lot more, but that's also becoming rare. So almost all the time, it's between 1 and 3 times a night that she wakes up to nurse. And of course, you know, she's 15 months now, so we've been doing this for a long time. So we don't really even kind of completely come out of sleep, either of us. You know, we just kind of roll over and she nurses, and then we find that we're asleep again. So that's really nice. I'm getting like really good sleep. And in the daytime, she's down to 1 nap, and she has been for a really long time, actually. Since somewhere around 12 months, she went down to only 1 nap. And I was like, is that what happens? And I looked it up online, and I guess she was like pretty early with that. And yeah, that's where we're at. So she sleeps for 1 nap of around an hour a day at the moment, and it varies very much what time it is. It's usually best for her rhythms if it starts somewhere around like 11 or 12, you know, in the morning, noontime. But sometimes she literally doesn't take that nap until like 2 or 2:30 or something, and then it's like it kind of messes up her going to sleep at night. So it's a bit kind of all over the place, but it's definitely been more all over the place at earlier points. So yeah, we just have that kind of 1 hour at the moment of her sleeping. And there was a stage recently where she slept for 2 hours at a time on that nap, and it was just amazing. I don't know what was going on. She must have been going through a growth spurt or tooth stuff or something, but it was just out of nowhere. Suddenly every day she was sleeping for 2 hours, and I was like, you know, checking that she's still breathing and stuff. Why is she sleeping so much? But it was really cool. Yeah, teeth. She has like 12 teeth, I think, at the moment. 4 molars, 1 in each place. And it was really interesting. The molars do not seem to have been as painful for her as the other ones. I don't know what the names of these ones are. But when all of those ones were coming in, it always seemed like such a big ordeal. But I didn't even know that her molars were coming in until I saw them in her mouth. And I was like, oh, she has molars. And it just hadn't been an issue somehow. So I think, you know, she just got used to it or something. Because I hear from other people that the molars are always like super painful and really difficult time and stuff. I don't know. She seemed to do really well with that for some reason. What else? I would say that breast milk is probably still about somewhere around 70% of her intake at this point. She still nurses frequently through the day, and as I said, like 1 to 3 times at night. And then in terms of other things that she intakes, she eats whatever we eat, basically. So, you know, we're raw vegans, so she'll have some fruit with me in the morning. She drinks the juices that we have, and teas and nut milks or seed milks, and so she'll eat soups and salads and crackers, and peeling nut chocolate is one of our favorite things, with maybe like chia seeds in it or sesame seeds in it or something. She loves the coconut chips that we make. She loves coconut meat. That's actually another word that she says. I actually just wrote a list of all the words that she says in Spanish and English, because I was like, I just want to know, like, and it's around 20 words that she says right now, and then there's all these different sounds and things that she does as well. Maybe I'll try and read that out in a minute or something. Yeah, so she basically eats whatever we eat, and she seems to be doing really great. She's thriving, happy, intelligent, active. It's all good. I forgot to say about sleeping. She also recently has started to go in her pushchair stroller. So we got that ages ago because we were bringing a container down to Ecuador from the US of our things, and somebody said to us, you know, it's good to have a pushchair, a stroller. And I thought, I don't know if I'll ever use it, but okay, you know, what do I know about having a child older than like 2 months old or something at that time? You know, let's get one and see. And so we got her this pushchair, and we never used it until just, you know, a couple of weeks ago or something. She started to go in it. She started to be really interested in it. And she started now to fall asleep in it, which is really cool because it's just like another way of getting her to sleep. You know, it's always great to have different things in your toolbox as a parent of ways to help your child to get to sleep. So that's been pretty cool. And of course, you know, now she's older than a year. If you know about the continuum concept stuff and the, you know, holding babies in arms for the first year of their life at least, you know, she's past that now, and she doesn't have any issue, it seems like, you know, being in the pushchair and going to sleep. So it's pretty cool to see. She seems to really like it. Oh, so a few of the other things that she likes, I was just thinking about that, you know, what does she love to do? She loves all the animals. We have 6 horses currently, another one on the way, 2 cats and 3 dogs, and she just loves them all. She just loves them. Oh, that's another word that she says, I forgot. She says Jade, 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 Jade all the time. That's the name of one of our dogs. Jade, 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 Jade. She loves Jade. And she loves picking up the cats, and she loves going to see the horses and touching them and stuff. And she's obsessed with the horse who's pregnant right now, Lucia. She just talks about Lucia like all the time, like just out of nowhere. She'll be like breastfeeding, and she'll pull herself off and just say Chita. You know, she's just thinking about Lucia. I think because Lucia's gonna have a baby maybe, and she, you know, she's really into babies, so it's really sweet. She loves going on the trampoline. We have a big trampoline, and she just has so much fun on there. She loves reading books, or, you know, more having books read to her by us, but also now she's at the stage where she likes to go through them herself, and she'll sit there and like pretend that she's reading it. It's really sweet. She loves also looking in mirrors. That's really funny. If you put her in front of a mirror, she'll stand there pretending that she's talking to the image. Oh, she likes to help to prepare the food for the horses. She pulls the carrots out and gets them in the bowl and moves the bowls around. And oh, she's also really obsessed with balls. Any kind of ball. She says bola, bola, bola. She only says it in Spanish, bola. And she'll pick them all up, and she'll have like 5 balls in her arms. She does that with shoes as well. Earlier she was carrying 6 shoes at once. Shoes and balls are like a big passion for her right now. Oh, and she's never been ill. There was one incident that we've spoken about on another video where she got kind of mold poisoning, as did I. It was really unfortunate circumstance. We didn't realise that there was mold where we were sleeping, and she and I both started to cough really, really, it was horrible. And then we realised what it was, and we did colon hydrotherapy for both myself and her, and then, you know, we were fine after that. So aside from that, which was, you know, an unfortunate circumstantial thing, she hasn't been ill at all, which I'm so grateful for. Huge blessing. Okay, I'm just going to quickly run through this list of things that she says, if anyone's interested. So I did like English words and Spanish words, and then the ones that are kind of neutral because they kind of show up in both languages. Okay, so in English, she says mama, dada, cat, dog, no, minga, which is a British word meaning like disgusting, ew, yucky, that kind of thing. Minga. Wear, because I ask her what she wants to wear all the time. Wear. Wow. Baby, which is wee wee, wee wee. It's so sweet. Flower, which is wow. And then in Spanish she says agua, water. Luchita, chita, which is the name of the horse. Bolla, ball. Fuchi, 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 which is like, again, something that's like disgusting, like, ew, like, don't touch it, leave it alone, kind of thing. Teta, which is breast. Coco, coconut. And then she says, racha, 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 which is, she wants us to sing the song, La cucaracha, la cucaracha. And then kind of neutral sounds, she says something for her own name now, which is kind of like la, something like that, which is Oria. She says yes in Russian for some reason. She says da. I don't know where she got that from. Kuka, as I mentioned, she said, which is Icelandic. And then, of course, mama and no are kind of in both languages, English and Spanish. And then she has all these different sounds that she makes. So the main one that she makes all the time, which is like that she wants something or she's interested in something, is depending on how like irritated she is about the situation, depends on how loud and kind of violently it's expressed. But it's usually like but sometimes it's it's pretty funny. And then she says vroom, vroom, for cars, and she says for horses, she says ruff, ruff, for dogs, and meow, meow for cats. But she also kind of says something like that for a lot of animals. Like if she sees pictures of ducks and cows and all different animals, she says that they say meow, meow. She does a lot of sniffing things like flowers and different things that she wants to smell, or she'll just do it randomly. She'll just start and then she does this funny thing with her hand that I've mentioned before, that I didn't know what she was doing to begin with, but it usually she means no hay, like there isn't anything. You know, if she is like looking in a bag or something and there's nothing in there, she'll go like this. Yeah, that's about. Oh, and Jade, of course, she says that. Jade. I think that's all of the words that she says at the moment. So it was pretty cool for me to write it out and see everything that she's saying. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. She's just so much fun at this age. I find that I pretty much laugh like almost all the time with her. Like, especially first thing in the morning when she gets up. Like, you know, usually she wakes up around 6, but the other day she woke up at 4:45 in the morning. And literally, you know, she wakes up and she's just like jumping out of the bed and running off to go and go to the next room and like pick up things and move things around. And then she comes running back to the bed to give me something and running off again. It's like, what are you doing that's so urgent at 4:45 in the morning when you're like 15 months old, you know? She's so funny. She really gets us laughing a lot. So there we go, little Oria update for 15 months. I hope to do these more often when I remember. Thanks for being here. Ciao.